Hey, hi, good evening all. So I'll just introduce myself and start this seminar, start this session. Meanwhile, others will also keep joining. And hi, this is Milan here, and welcome to this session. So I'm going to talk, about my experience, about how I have achieved my goals, basically how I set and achieve my goals. Just a minute. Yes. It's better. Hmm. So if you can hear me, just give a thumbs up or a yes in chat box, and we can start. Okay, thanks, Austin. Okay, great. So basically, first thing first, if you can just introduce yourself in the chat box or unmute yourself and just say your name, where you're from, and what do you do, right? So we can start with that, and then I am from Mumbai, and I work as a health coach and help people get fitter, lose weight or become more energetic, become more positive minded, improve the relationship with food. So that is how me and Roshni, help. So, if you can introduce just where are you from and what do you do? Austin and Priya. Priya always not connected. So, Austin. Okay, no worries. So, anyways, we'll start with the topic. So, yeah, Austin. So, anyways, we'll continue, right? Unable to unmute. Okay. And so, okay, now.
Yeah, hi Milan. My name is Austin. So I am from Mumbai. I work in HDFC Bank. So I briefly worked with Roshni for some time when she was in Tata.
Okay.
So that is, yeah. So I see a lot of her yoga videos and it's very inspirational and all to see her daily. So I just wanted to get on just on a fitness journey. So I just wanted
Okay.
to know how did you guys approach it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Right. Thanks, Austin. And okay, great, great. So, so Ria, and so basically, most important thing in life is, to be able to take the right decisions, right? But how do you take right decisions? Right? How do you ensure that the decision that you are taking is in the at least in the right direction, if not completely right, right? So it's the values, because if I know what I stand for, I will not fall for everything, right? So values is something which acts as a reliable compass in when I want to take certain decisions. For example, say my one of my values is well-being, right? So if I want to take any decision, right? So for example, say eating pancake, or this waffles in the night, loaded with chocolate and sugar. It goes against my value, because it is not again. It's basically against the well-being. So automatically, it is very easy for me to ensure that I do not make that as a part of my routine, right? Yes, sometimes once in a while, and that to the quantity would be limited. So that helps me take the right decision in the right environment, right? So first and most important is family. So when I say family, it does not mean that only people related with blood. Family is built by loyalty. So sometimes, we have friends who have been associated for a long time. They also become family, right? Or even sometimes you meet people for a short period of time, but the connection that is so strong, we can also, say that is family. So, family, and then gratitude, for whatever I am in life, whatever I have, health, body, money, or, whatever success we have achieved, career, is all because of lot of people's effort, not only my effort, right? So I always be thankful for that, and always keep that in mind, whenever I do something, or whenever I not do something, right? Well-being is again, if my body is fit, my mind is fit, then I can achieve, whatever I can put my mind and work into, right? Integrity is again, what you do is one thing, is how you do everything, right? So if you try to cheat in one area of life, you will eventually cheat in other area of life as well, right? So I hate the word when somebody says I want to cheat day today. I hate that word because what does that mean? Right? So integrity and then community, because again, as I said, that nobody alone can make a big impact. It is only together that we can make a bigger impact, right? Alone we can only be this much. So that is what it is. So whenever whatever decisions that we take in life is related to these values, right? So let's play a game. So how our belief systems or how simple or complex we make things depend on the context, right? So let's play a game, right? And if you can participate, that would be great. But anyways, I will just share. So can you see my screen? I didn't. No, so I'll just change that. So you can see this square, which has a broken square or three square inside it, colorful squares. So this is the first square. I want to divide this white part into two, right? So it is, I think, fairly simple. I just draw this line, right? So now this is divided into two equal parts. Now tell me if I want to mm, convert this block into three equal parts. How do I do it? Right? It's again simple. This and this. Right? So three equal parts is also fairly simple. Now in the third one, now I want to divide into four equal parts. Not easy, right? Does anybody know? So I'll give you the answer. Right? It's not easy, a bit complicated. So there's one line over here. Over here. So it's not going to be accurate, but that's okay. So basically, we'll get 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is not accurate, but you get it, right? These are four equal parts. You get it. Now I want to divide this block into seven equal parts. How do you do it? Anybody? Any guess? At least tell me if it is easy. Then raise your hand. Okay, everybody's thinking, I guess. Right? So yeah, so now because the first three problems are very complex, right? Because first was easy, second the complexity when increased, so we thought इसका आंसर भी कुछ complex होगा, but actually है बहुत simple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Right? It's just simple as that. So लाइफ में यही हो जाता है, हमें कॉम्प्लेक्स चीजों की इतनी आदत हो गई है कि हम भूल जाते हैं कि actually life is very simple, right? And if you keep things simple, it is very very easy to achieve whatever goal you set for yourself, right? And इसीलिए it is important that we understand the value of simplicity, right? Now it is very very common, all of these new resolutions, losing weight, getting back in, getting in shape, or having a healthy diet, so all of these basically. And January, I read this today only. I don't know if it is true or not, but that January 19th is the resolution breaking day. That most of the resolutions, people forget most of the resolutions by January 19th, right? It's not even in one entire month, right? By January 19th, it's over. The ball is over, right? And it is kind of sad because people whenever one takes any kind of resolutions or any kind of promises that they make to themselves with a lot of excitement, and so have you ever experienced where you have set any of these goals, and or anything else that you want to share? You can share in the chat box or unmute yourself. And have you experienced, or have you found yourself, not being able to complete the resolution? You can just raise hands or anything like right? So it has happened to me a lot of times, right? I've set so many goals, but I'll tell you one of the goals. Last year I set a goal that by this birthday my body fat level would be less than 15%. But I did not achieve it. Yeah, it was around 18-19%, which was there last year as well. So I was able to maintain it, but I was not able to take it below 15% level, right? Whatever reason does not matter, but what was important, I did not achieve that goal. But what I learned was I developed certain habits which help me sustain, my health for a period of time, which might not have possible, right? And so what helped me? So I'll share that with you, right? First and foremost, I had an end in mind, right? So in terms of I did not take only one parameter. I had kept multiple parameters, right? Of course, the body fat was one of them, but I also kept parameter of how fast I am able to run, how comfortable I am, when I want to do some kind of some kind of sport or exercise or anything, right? So I was always able to see myself as a particular kind of person in terms of health, in terms of uh, how I want to see myself, I want to see my body, I want to see in front of say other 30 years old or even say other 20 years old. Right? Today, if I stand between many of my friends who are similar age, nobody would say that we are of the same year or the same school, because that is how I visualize myself, right? So in fact, I visualize myself whenever I am 50, I'll still be as, maybe I'll look younger than I look 20, right? In terms of my physique, in terms of my how I look, how my hair is, all of these parameters. So I always have that picture in my mind of how I want to look, right? How I not only how I look, but how I want to look, right? So that is very, very clear in my mind. And also, I have specific goals, in terms of one of the things that I want to achieve before I am 40 is a triathlon race called as Ironman, which is one of the most difficult race, a difficult uh, uh, races across the world, right? So that is one thing. And so what I've done, right? So I said that I was able to maintain my physique and maintain my health levels throughout the year. Even though it was a very rough year, in terms of career, I changed job. Then job did not go well, and I had to again search a job. So mentally, a little bit stressful. Obviously there, and of course the market was also not very good. However, but these habits, right, for example, one of the habits that I have developed over a period of time. Earlier, I could not go without food for even 2 hours. Even 2 hours, if I did not go without, I go without food, my head started aching. Now I can go without food for 18, 20, 24, even 26 hours at a time, right? Because I developed that habit. I realized I keep checking my body. When am I really hungry, right? And when I started feeding that time, automatically I was able to start, first 6 hour fasting, then 8 hours, then 12 hours, then 14 hours, and so on. So I started with simple habits. Me and Roshni, we love walking together, right? And we basically combine two things. We the quality time that we spend plus the walking habit. We combined these two things. Automatically, we started, walking a lot. That time was also started becoming our, time that we spend together. So it became, a situation, and that was amazing because we simplified the habits. Right now, covering 10,000 steps was very, very easy. Then we started working out together. Be it yoga, weight training, or whatever that we do. So we simplified things. Even in whatever you do. So, for example, your goal may be saving more money, right? Simplify things, automate as much as possible. Say very simple stuff. So, whatever goals, break it down to smaller habits, right? One of the favorite books, if you want more detail about it, is Atomic Habits, right? Atomic Habits basically breaks down your habits into the simplest block, right? So the more simple it is, the more chances are that you will follow it throughout the year, right? Remove any kind of obstacles. Again, this is part of the simplification process, right? When I say remove obstacles means one of the biggest obstacle when you want to go for a walk in the morning or you want to go to gym or whatever is if you have to collect all of these items in the morning, right? Instead, keep all of these ready, right? So, for example, you want to go for a walk in the morning, keep your clothes, your shoes ready the night before, right? So that in the morning you're not, oh shit, I have to find this and that, and then you say, leave it, I'll go back to sleep, right? Make it as easy as possible. Think about the possible obstacles and remove them firsthand. And so that will make your life very, very easy you know and of course surround yourself people who hold you accountable to your words, right? So it could be your wife, it could be your friend, it could be your brother, your parents. Tell them your goals. Tell them that you are going to do this, and when you don't do it, they are going to be after your life. So if you cannot be accountable to yourself, find people that you can be accountable to you, or who can who can basically pick you up and say, you're not, you told this that you are going to do this, but you did not do it. So this will make the probability of you working on your goal very, very higher, right? Build a conducive environment for yourself, right? Declutter physical and digital space. This is very, very critical because we keep hoarding things, and a lot of physical space is filled by things that we have not used for years. It's just there, and we Indians have this habit, "Kabhi to kaam aayega," and that kabhi never comes, unfortunately. So it is very essential that you remove that clutter from your house, clutter from your digital space, delete what you don't want. There is enough information available on the internet whenever you need it, right? So delete what you don't need. Let go of the past, right? So in the past it may have happened that you set goals and you're not being able to achieve it, but then what happens is that past performance or that past event does not let us achieve that even in the present scenario, because we think, okay, पहले नहीं हुआ तो अभी भी नहीं होगा. If it is not happened in the past, will not happen now also. But that is absolutely true, absolutely false actually. That you need to let go of that past. You need to say, what, today is a new day, and if you're going to achieve it, right? You whatever goal that you set, because now you have changed, you have grown. Learn to celebrate. Now, why am I saying learn to celebrate victories? Because let's say your goal was to lose 1 kg of weight, which you are able to do, and then you go out and binge and everything, and you end up gaining all the weight in one day of binging what you had lost in say 2 weeks, right? So learn to celebrate smaller victories in a way whereby your victory is even more becomes even more sweet, right? By doing things which are not contradicting to your personality, right? Because if you crave for that food always, and the day you achieve that victory and then do that, you're basically on a path to failure. So do things, so for example, how do I celebrate? I love sweets, right? But of course, my quantity is very, very limited. So if I want to eat something, I'll have very small quantity of it, right? How do I celebrate otherwise? I buy myself stuff, or I, travel. I do things which I would love to do based on the results that I've achieved on smaller parameters, right? I do not wait for say I would achieve this 10 kg weight loss and then or 10 kg fat loss and then I'll do that. It is very essential how to celebrate. How do you celebrate your victories? This is very, very essential again because as Indians we think everything is available online, and we do not want to pay for expert help. Right? We want the opinions, yeah, expert opinions free में होने चाहिए, right? Because that is how we are habituated to. But then, unfortunately, sometimes, uh, in fact, most of the times, free is more expensive, right? So learn to pay for, get that habit into, because I think only experts that we really pay for is, I think, doctors, plumbers, and electricians. These are, we don't get them for free, right? But other all expertise we want for free. It be nutrition, be it coaching, be it money help. Money also we generally go to mutual fund distributors or advisors who don't charge money, right? But it is always good to have expert. It can save us a lot of time and money, right? And it is very essential. This is very, this is kind of giving you a picture of yourself, right? Help you understand more. Because when you write down your thoughts, when you basically explore the unknown, you know more about yourself, right? Because I've been doing this, for a while now. I write down whatever I feel about myself, right? I ask questions to myself why I did this or what prompted me to take the decision. Is it in line with my values, right? So, for example, if I go out on a late night party or something like that, right? And I before or after both of these help me very very well that how am I acting with the person? Am I acting like the person that I want to be? Right? And that is how I've been doing for many years, right? You can either use your mobile or you can use your a notebook, whatever you want, right? I prefer both. I have a notebook as well. I write down in my mobile as well, But I ensure that I do it. I do not do it every night, but at least once a week or multiple times a week whenever I get time, or whenever when I am sitting alone. And this is something that you can do alone. Trust me. If your husband or if you have a spouse or kids and you are sitting, no, this is reflecting time. You have to sit with yourself, reflect on yourself, right? This will help you you know uh, just understand the competition is that it's you against you, not anyone else, right? And you know this is again as I started my conversation in that I had set a goal. I did not achieve it, but it was not that I completely did not achieve goal. I achieved part of it, right? But failure was also part of it, right? And that is how it is going to be. So if you set your 10 goals, you're supposed to achieve 8 of that. You're not supposed to achieve 10 of 10 because then you are underestimating yourself. So it is very essential that you so, whenever I set my health goals, it is not only about weight. It's about weight, energy. How consistently I am doing whatever I've decided to do. Right. So one of the things that I started around one back was every day I need to do at least 10 push-ups, and I started with 5 push-ups, and now I'm able to do around 40 push-ups, 25 to 30 push-ups actually. And if I break it down, I can do around 100 push-ups in a span of 1 hour. Right, starting from just 5 push-ups, right? Which is very, very good. And so whenever I do push-ups, it's perfectly in motion and my form is my priority. So it started with a small habit that I have to do push-up every single day. Now my upper body strength has become much better than what it was, say, first week of December, right? Because of a small habit. And I need to do only 5 push-ups every single day. Then 5 became 10, 10 became 15, and within a month, I'm able to do around 40 push-ups, right? So again, all of this is something that you can do, and you can also, take help from a friend, right? Instead of doing it alone, you can set up, meet with a friend or. I would not recommend do it with your spouse because it can lead to more fights. Personal experience, right? So, but you can always make one of your friends, or even maybe of ex-colleague, accountability partner in terms of whatever you want to achieve, right? So, say you and one of your friends have a similar goal, right? Both want to lose weight. Get into a competition, right? Get into, okay, every week just compare your weights or compare your maybe waist size, right? Waist size. So have multiple parameters, right? And once you do that, it's become very, very easy, right? Again, how to achieve a goal and how to cross the minefield is work with somebody who has already done that, right? Or who has helped anybody do that, right? Follow the footsteps of people who have already crossed the minefield. It's very simple, I think. And so what we have done is basically whatever we have learned, we have put that into our program, right? To help you become more accountable, to help you develop those habits, to help you become more consistent with whatever habits that you want to develop, right? How to set the right goals, right? Because setting the right goals is the first step. Because if my goals are incorrect, chances are that I might not achieve them, right? So how to set up the right goals, how to we help you become a part of community, we help you get access to experts from different fields, right? And all of these compared and that way, right? So if you want to know more about how you can be part of our program, right? You can get in touch with us. Either through you can book a one-on-one call through our website. You can WhatsApp or get in touch with WhatsApp or Instagram. From there also you can book a one-on-one call whereby you can share your specific problems and we can work on work if we have a solution for and if you have any questions you can ask, unmute yourself and ask, or you can type in the chat box, right? But achieving your goals or whatever resolution that you have set for yourself uh, is easy provided you put in the work, provided you have set the right goal and you are ready to put the initial effort or the planning that requires a goal. Because once you plan, you forget the goal and follow the process, right? And that's it. Thank you. Any questions? If you have, you can just put it in the chat box. So we'll end the call in about 1 minute. Just I'll just put the website name. By the way, was the session worth it? Yeah.
Yeah, this the session was very nice. It was very concise, and in half an hour you packed a lot of information. I would definitely get in touch with you and get to
Thank you.
know. So how long has this journey, like you said you also switched jobs. So did you have to uh, you know uh, because uh, I also like work in a corporate culture where there's a lot of work stress and a lot of time gets allotted to work itself. So
Hmm.
within that and having a kid, how do you find time to actually get allocate time for fitness, allocate time for your partner?
Yes, yes. So, great question because so I'll tell you, I've not quit my job, right? I'm still doing my job. I'm part of I work in the finance industry itself, right? And right, so it's all about how do you prioritize, right? Because of course, see, everybody's life uh, uh, and especially if you're working in corporate, stress is something that is going to be there, right? And and of course you need to give time to yourself, your family. As you grow, your responsibilities are also going to grow, right? And more things are going to come. And so it is very essential you learn to prioritize, right? You learn to set boundaries because setting boundaries is the essential part which will help you divide your office life, divide your personal life, divide your family time. And sometimes it is not about spending say 10 hours with somebody or spending 10 hours on health. It's how you're able to take it half an hour, 45 minutes for yourself, for your health, for your say your kid, for your say your spouse. It's not about that you have to spend 4 hours. That is when you can say that you spend time, right? So it is always about how to prioritize, how to put smaller things into perspective. And because it's not never about that people don't have time, it's only about how well are you able to prioritize things, right? Because I've seen people who are extremely busy, but they are able to take out time for health. They are able to take out time for family, right? Of course, there would be phases where you are not able to take out time, right? But there's a phases, right? It cannot be like I'm not able to take out time always. So I hope I'm able to answer your question, Austin. Uh, can you help set very small goal for weight reduction? Of course. So, so when you say weight reduction, sorry,
Austin wants to say.
नहीं हो गया ना?
Okay.
You
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have answered my question. Yeah.
okay, thanks. Okay, great. Small goal for weight. Yeah. So again, see, weight is one of the parameters, right? You can always focus on strength, your stamina, right? Your how well are you able to, your mobility and flexibility. So all of these become part of your weight goal, right? Sometimes we are losing weight, but at the same time we are gaining muscles, right? So it won't show up on your scale, but it will definitely show up in your measure tape, right? So you can set up goals, around your measure tape, so your body measurements, around your stamina, right? So as I said, okay, one of the goals that I set for myself was, or one of the small habit that I started was doing push-ups every day, right? And sometimes I did it in the morning, sometimes I did it in the evening. So 5 push-ups became 45 push-ups. And with that 45 push-ups, I was able to see, my muscles, my arm muscles, my chest, chest muscles. I could feel the difference. I could see the difference in the mirror when I saw it in the morning. Right. So these are small goals that you can set, right? So it's not only about weight, it's about measurement, it's about stamina, it's about how energetic I feel throughout the day. All of these factors can be put as a goal, right? Hope I was able to answer this.
Maybe the other one of the program has been.
Yes, in fact, these are the parameters that we track in the program in on a periodic basis, because sometimes you see your body or health or life, everything does not grow in a like this graph like this. It is always up and down, right? So that way. So, but once you measure trend over a period of time, so I have my weight from last 10 years, right? So I can measure, times it is going up, down, but what is the trend line? I can see that. So it is very important that you keep measuring your weight and all other the body parameters on a regular period of time. Okay, so no more questions. So we will wind up this session. Thanks a lot, everyone. Right, so see you around. Bye bye. Good day.